Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Barakah kitchen. Today I'm gonna make very simple, easy chicken biryani. These are the ingredients I'm gonna use. Please check the description box for all the correct measurement. Right, I'm gonna marinate the chicken. Put the chicken there first. The yogurt. Garlic ginger paste. And all the spices. Mix it well. I'm going to cover it and put it in the fridge for at least half an hour, but you can leave it a bit longer if you want.
Okay guys, so the pan is on a high heat. We're going to use half of the ghee for now. Melt that down in the pan, and we're going to be adding the whole spices as soon as the ghee has melted. So in go the whole spices, some bay leaves, some cinnamon sticks, some cloves and some cardamom pods. Then we're going to add the chopped onions. And we're going to cook the onions until they're soft and brown. Just cover it and leave it for a couple of minutes to help the cooking process. Okay, so the onions are ready, and we're basically going to add the chopped tomatoes now. And we're also going to be adding the tomato paste. This is tomato paste from concentrate, just so you guys are aware. Then we're going to cover it and leave it for a couple of minutes. Remember to stir it in between every minute or so, and this is on a medium heat. And the tomatoes have basically gone soft now, as you can see. You can help them along a little bit by giving them a little press with the spoon, and then it will soon be time for the chicken to be added to the mixture. There we go, in goes the chicken. So the chicken has been marinating for about 30 minutes or so in the refrigerator, so that all the flavors can be infused properly. Give it a good mix, and then we're going to cover it again and leave it for about 6 or 7 minutes, checking on it every 2 minutes or so on a medium heat. Okay, so remember to keep stirring it in between every couple of minutes. It's been about 5 minutes since we've added the chicken. Doesn't seem to be cooked yet, so we're going to leave it for another 5 or 6 minutes. You'll know the chicken is almost cooked when all the moisture has been released from the chicken. So all the juices will come out, and it will look like we've added water when we haven't actually added any water. It's all the natural juices from the chicken that the mixture will be cooking in. Okay, so while the chicken's cooking, we've got another pot on the stove right now with boiling water inside, and this is where we're going to cook the rice. First step, what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 teaspoons of whole cumin seeds, also known as jeera. That's going to give it a nice color and fragrance. And the rice has been soaking for about 30 minutes in water. We wash and rinse the rice and then let it soak. Once it's been soaking for about 30 minutes, drain out the excess water and then add the rice to the boiling water. And we're gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes. Let it come to the boil and then cover it for about 10 minutes. Don't forget to check on the chicken, give it a mix, stir it nice and properly, make sure that it's being cooked evenly, and then we'll cover it back up again. Okay, so the rice has been boiling for about 5 minutes. And what we're looking for is if you can take the rice out, give it a press between your fingers, it should break quite easily. So this rice is about a few minutes from being ready, and how we need it is we don't want it to be properly 100% cooked. We need it to about 85 to 90% cooked, because we're going to finish off the cooking process when we add it to the chicken mixture. So we're going to let that boil for another few minutes, and we'll give you an update when it's ready. As you can see, the water and the juices from the chicken have started to be released, and the mixture is coming together quite nicely. The chicken is almost ready. Just remember to give it a good mix every minute or two, and then cover it up again. Okay, so the rice has been on for a total of around 7 minutes. As you can see, the water's starting to evaporate and the rice is looking like it's almost done. So it's time to drain the rice, and then we're going to be adding it to the chicken mixture. So turn off the heat and then we'll drain the rice. Okay, so the chicken's been cooking on a medium heat and it's been covered, so the steam has helped to cook it as well. It's been in there for about 15 minutes. The best way to check if your chicken is cooked is if you get a knife and give it a small poke, it should go through quite easily. If you're still unsure, you can open up the chicken with the knife and then have a look on the inside. And if it's still pink, then I would leave it for another couple of minutes. But a lot of the times you don't really need to do that. If the knife goes through easily, if all the moisture of the chicken has been released, and as you can see, there's a little bit of oil from the ghee floating on top, that's usually a good indicator that the chicken is pretty much cooked. So then all we need to do is we're going to be adding the rice, which we just drained off, which is the final stage. And in goes the rice. Okay, so once you've added about half the rice, what we're going to do is we're going to layer it with the chopped coriander and the fried onions before we add the remainder of the rice. Now the heat has been turned all the way down so that the chicken at the bottom doesn't burn and is slowly simmering away. So after half the rice has been added, be sure to add all of the fried onions and all of the chopped coriander. It's going to give it a lovely fragrance and color. And then what we're going to do is we're going to layer that again by adding the rest of the rice on top. Now, once all the rice has been added, just spread it out nicely to ensure the mixture is covered. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some foil on top around the pan before we put the lid on. And this is going to ensure steaming. What we're doing here before we put the foil on is we're going to add the remainder of the ghee. We're just going to drop it in little chunks all over the top. That's going to melt and caramelize the rice on top. And then the final stage, as I just mentioned, we're going to put some foil on top of the pan and then put the lid on. And that's going to help to keep the steam inside and finish off that last 10 to 15% that the rice needs to be cooked. And then we are ready to go. So we're going to be leaving this covered on a very low heat for about 15 minutes, and that should complete the cooking process. As you can see, the foil is all around the edges of the pan and the lid has been placed on top, and that helps to trap all the steam inside the pan, and that's going to help steam the remainder of the cooking process of the rice. The chicken underneath is pretty much cooked and we're almost done. Okay, so we're almost ready, guys. What we want to do now is you want to get a big spoon and give it just a rough mix. Remember, we don't want to completely mix this. We just want to give it a rough, rustic mix. What we're looking for is to have nice chunks of chicken with the masala on it amongst the rice. So every now and again, you get little clumps of amazing flavor with chicken amongst fragrant white rice, if you know what I mean, guys. So like I said, we're not going to be mixing this entirely so that every single grain of rice is coated in the color from the mixture and the flavors. Just a rough mix, as you can see. And we're pretty much ready. There we have it, guys. Chicken biryani.